Hello everyone, I'm MVL, and in this video we're going to be unboxing the Silent Hill 2 remake on the PlayStation 5. I'm also going to be showing gameplay footage and comparing it to the original game as well. So, without any further ado, let's take a look. Firstly, I want to say that this unboxing was originally meant to include the bonus steelbook, which was a pre-order exclusive to Game in the UK. I pre-ordered from Game and the order arrived several days late without the steelbook. Unfortunately, a lot of people like myself didn't get the steelbook, but some people didn't even get the game they ordered either. Game's UK website has been a bit crazy recently. They deleted customers' pre-orders of Astrobot on PS5, they listed Alan Wake 2 on PS5 as Pokemon trading cards, they also listed Yar's Return on Switch as clothing, and I'm not making this up. Anyway, this isn't meant to be a rant about Game. With that vent over, let's take a look at something good like the Silent Hill 2 remake. The presentation here is fantastic. Something that I really like is that, as you can see, the cover inlay is actually reversible, with the inside art mimicking the original game's cover art. Unfortunately, this size text is mostly comprised of somewhat various disclaimers that you'd usually see on the inside or on an inserted slip of paper, rather than the actual game information text you'd normally get on the back of the cover. But like the creepy disc art, this was a nice touch and cool to see regardless. Well, I think it's fair to say that I think they did a pretty good job on the packaging. With that said, let's see some gameplay and take a look at the Silent Hill 2 remake. Silent Hill 2 is a survival horror game and a remake of the original Silent Hill 2 game. I was really excited to get my hands on this remake after being a big fan of the original game and this game's series, and I have to say that this remake didn't disappoint. The Silent Hill 2 remake reminds me of the remake of Resident Evil 2, where the game had changed considerably to the point that to me it feels almost like a different game entirely, but it's still a powerfully familiar experience for anyone who's played the original game, and it's still very faithful to the original game as well. You play as Luke Roberts, who ventures into Silent Hill in search for his lost partner Mary. Whilst there, Luke falls into the Mist World, or Otherworld, where he experiences a nightmare world full of monsters and mystery shaped by his own unique fears. The game's story itself plays out with a lot of mystery, and I think that part of the journey in this game is uncovering that, by experiencing the abandoned, frightening game world and looking for answers. Silent Hill 2 is played from a third-person perspective, where Luke can run, fight, and dodge enemies in his plight through Silent Hill. Dodging is also new to this game and is a very welcome addition to combat. Attacks can be done with melee and ranged weapons, and more weapons, ammo, gear and healing items can be found throughout the game. I'd actually say that the game world is considerably more open than it was in the original game, with many new areas fleshed out that can be broken into and explored for loot in an effort to survive. Whilst the story does play out mostly the same as the original, a lot of events and locations have been changed or redesigned for a fresher experience, and overall I think it's pretty great. Here we can see the remake alongside the original game. I'm using the original Xbox version, although it was also on the PS2 and PC, and there was also a HD remaster as well on systems like the Xbox 360, but that version made a lot of changes. This isn't intended to be a graphics comparison of different versions, but I think the original Xbox version is probably the best console version and graphical representation of the original game to compare against. As you can see, the original game and remake are completely different, but it is interesting seeing some aspects side by side and how they differ, such as the cinematic sequences for example, which are rendered in real time with in-game graphics in the remake, whereas the cinematics were full motion video in the original game. Individual preferences aside, I do love what they have done with the remake, and even though there have been many changes made to the game since the original, and the game plays very differently as well, the remake does feel familiar to me, and yet new at the same time. This game is a great experience that cleverly nods to veteran players of the original game, and this game can also be a new horror story for new players that they can enjoy as well. And I think that makes it an excellent remake that is definitely worth experiencing. And there you have it. That was my unboxing of Silent Hill 2 on the PlayStation 5. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like or a comment to let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. And if you'd like to, you can also support me through Patreon or YouTube channel membership. Thank you for watching. I've been MVL, and I will catch you next time.